Just when you think you got enough time to do your own stuff, get away, they pull you back in. Yep. These 4.0s, they're known for fail lifters. Alright, it's this cylinder cranking like crazy, pop, 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 pop. So I got to replace the lifters in it. I got a set of lifters, a head gasket kit, and unlike the Chevy inline 6 where you have the little plate here on what's on the other side, you can pull the plate off and get at the lifter. These you have to remove the head. So what I did, and that was yesterday I started, is I undid all the bracketry and all the accessories, power steering pump. I left everything hooked up. I just unbolted it and set it to the side. AC condenser is off to the side. So everything is pretty much, the intake manifold is off, exhaust manifold is off. And Justin's, we're going at it today. We have to get this done. So what we're gonna do now is the rocker arms, we're gonna unbolt them, keep them numbered, cylinder 1, 2, 3 in order with their bolts and with their respective push rods. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna pop that off. Then we're gonna pop the head bolts. It's kind of like a star 12-point socket to get them off. And they suggest that you buy new head bolts when you do this head gasket thing. So I got a set of bolts for it already, ready to go. So we're at this point. I wasn't gonna bore everybody with me taking accessories off, but essentially all you do is unbolt your intake exhaust manifold. To kind of share the same, they share the same bolts. And that comes right off, and you unbolt it from the exhaust down below. There's a little rotted there, but and I did snap one of the exhaust bolts on the stud on the exhaust, so I got to drill and tap that. And we're not going to label the wiring now. We're going to take off the temperature sensor housing and thermostat housing. Doing that now. And I don't know if you guys know anything about these Jeeps, but you notice how they always sound like they got a leak. Well, for some odd reason, as you can see the discoloration here, that's all hairline cracks in the welding. So I got to re-weld that. There's one there, and there's one right there where my finger is. So I got to weld that, and hopefully it'll quiet things down. As you can see, I snapped that sucker right off. So I'm going to try to punch it through. Hopefully I can get another stud bolt for it. If not, I'm just going to through bolt it and be done with it. So the exhaust, other than that, the exhaust is fine. So we got a little bit of work ahead of us now. That's off. And I'm just going to pause and bring you back as we go, because I'm not just going to do a long video. Right, Justin? Right. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, we're to the point. We got the head bolts off. I bought the new set of head bolts. Like they say, they recommend that you replace the head bolts. But as I took them out in order, this being the front of the motor, that's the right bank, left bank. Because they have a couple that have studs on them, so I don't want to mess that up. When I put the new ones in, I'll have that order. Now we're doing push rods, and we're keeping them in order too. And I'm not taking the rocker arms completely off. What I'm doing is I'm backing off the bolts. I'm backing off the bolts on the rocker arm, just enough where I can pull up the push rod side of it, pull it up, and then just pull it out the side, and it pops right out. And we're keeping these in order too as we go back. We got 12 holes drilled, and we got a designation to the front of the motor. It's gonna have to be backed off a little bit more. And then I have to go get a 1/2-inch 12-point, 1/2-inch drive deep socket. I'm using a 3/8, but when I go to torque this down, I have to get a 1/2-inch socket because my torque wrench is 1/2 inch. And I think this was the bugger that was. This was the problem child. That is the one I'm on right now. It's still giving me problems. Ooh, this one right here. You're giving me problems. Alright. As you can see, this one looks really sludged up. Can't see any light through it. I think this is the culprit. This is the one. You notice how it's really discolored, Justin?
Yeah.
That was the one that's going click, 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 click.
This is what was making the noise?
No, the lift down below it. Alright, so that's that. You just back them off enough so you can get the rocker arm to just move to and fro, and then you just pull the push rods out. So we're almost done. We got 2 more to go. I'll pause this again. I'll bring you back when we got the head off. Alright, see you in a bit.